I hope you all have practiced yesterday's. What was yesterday's practice? Who will tell me?
You need to write. Can I speak?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Uh,
morning.
it was you need to write the 10 things. I mean, how you had planned yesterday. How you had done. I mean, what you want to do for the day.
Yeah. So could you at least finish few things out of that list?
I was able to finish everything. I would say whatever I had planned.
Okay, that's great. Great, great, Shabbirji, great. Okay. So now today's chapter is going to be very, very important. And first we'll start with a prayer and then I'll tell you about the chapter. Just join your hands, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank you, universe, for this divine time. Thank you, universe, for the divine nature. Thank you, universe, for the magical air that we breathe. Thank you, universe, for bringing us together on this platform where we come together and learn how to go inside us. Thank you, Rhonda Byrne, for bringing this book into our life. Thank you, universe, for blessing each one of us and giving us the courage to stand every morning on this platform to make ourselves joyful and fulfilling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's start. Sorry, just wanted to tell you all today we are moving on to very good practice. This practice is going to help heal you. Okay. And why this practice is important is because unless you do this practice, whatever your past memories, that is why we do open also. So tomorrow also we are going to have one session after this thing for another 15 or 20 minutes for the brain again. We will be doing open practice tomorrow again. Uh, and why we do this, why we need to do this today's practices because there are memories, there are past memories in ourselves, which we need to remove, to heal and, to bring in something new. What happens is why are we not able to bring in something new into our lives is because our past memories are holding us. They catch us like anything. Even if you want to go ahead, they catch you like anything. So, what you need to do is today's practice is very important here properly and do it. So, magically heal your relationship. So, how we all know that a relationship is very important, right? We have learned now that relationship is very important and we have to build good relationships around us to have a fulfilling life. See, even last chapter, in this book, everywhere you will see you will have two money chapters, you have two relationship chapters, health, everything. So initially we did magic in relationships also, right? We did no relationship, um, magical relationships. So how we have, we have to flourish with our relationship, how we have to make them more good. We learned in that chapter. In this chapter, we are going to deal with all the negative relationships. Okay. So if you can see this picture, see how nicely the picture shows that, they are together and, magic is happening. See the candle. So today's chapter is magically heal your relationships. Okay. Now, if you have a difficult or a broken relationship, and are suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame towards another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Sorry, please bear today because I have a challenge in throat. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person is a husband or wife or brother or sister, son or daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend, or neighbor. So here, this practice is going to take you to the heights. Okay. This practice is going to take you to the heights because you have to speak today, to the people who have really hurted you, or you feel, like, yes, I want to, have good relationship with that person. So, and why you need to do that? Because you are not complete unless heal your wounds or you are out of it. So if you have a difficult
I didn't understand that.
if you have a difficult relationship with anyone, let it be your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your husband, your colleague, anyway, your boss, your sister, your brother, your son, your daughter. There are times, we have had some situations, we had some arguments with them, and they have drifted away from us. So now we do not have a very good relationship with them. Or we sometimes there are, in some relationships, it so happens that they're not on the talking terms. So what you can do, it could be a broken relationship with your boyfriend, with your, friends, colleagues, anything. So, or your partner, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend or neighbors. Sometimes you have fights with your own parents also, and then you stop talking or they stop talking. So those relationships we need to heal to complete ourselves. Okay. So when we are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in a relationship, in almost all cases, we are not in the least bit grateful for the other person. So here again, she's saying that if you're facing any challenging relationship, that you're really not able to talk only with that person, you go to talk and that person starts shouting at you. So here it is, everything is because it is in us, we have like not been able to, give that what we wanted in that relationship. So you have to take that responsibility. So instead, we are busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them. And that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. So we are always blaming the front person. We say, ki, nahi, usne aisa kiya, he did like that, she did like that. Whenever I go to speak, she speaks like that, or she argues with me, or my boss always argues with me when I go to speak or say something. So this is all due to because we have not had gratitude. So blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets and the worse your life gets. Now, in starting, we had learned ki why we have to have a balance of everything. We should have good relationships also. We should have good career. We should have good money, health. So that then you can see that you are living a fulfilling life. So you need to have good relationships also. So whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, okay, so if you have broken with your boyfriend or anyone, or with your husband or anything, or if you have gone for a divorce, or if you harbor bad feelings toward another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Okay, so it will remove those feelings because you're being grateful. So why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Now, why do you think, like, why you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Holding on to anger is like a grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Gautam Buddha, circa 563 BC, 483 BC. So here Buddha is saying that holding on to the anger is like grasping a hot coal. You're catching a hot coal in your hand. And when you catch a hot coal in your hand, what happens? You are only going to burn yourself, right? So you're grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. But what is happening? You're thinking, I'm going to, give back to this person. But what is happening is you're burning your hand also with that. Okay. So remember that, ki any relationship, if you think I'm going to give tit for tat, you are doing something wrong to your own self. So before we move further today, just take your books, open your journals. First, make a list of the people who have you feel you have a negative feelings, or who have said something to you and you have felt hurt. It could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your mother-in-law, father-in-law, mother, father, or your colleagues, your boss. Sometime it passed in the past also. Your principal, or your boss might have hurt you, or anyone else in your life, your brother, your sister, your friend, anyone who has hurt you, and you are having a very sour relationship with them. You're not able to speak, you're not able to open, you go to speak and they start fighting. So like I had shared one of my sisters, this thing, we had a very good relationship, and then she came and then she fought and she stayed with me, and then she fought, and then we were having a very bad relationship. But I immediately wrote, when I was doing this chapter, with my mentor again, because I'm doing this book every time. So that time I wrote about her, and immediately she had messaged me, and then we started the communication again. Though there are some relationships you don't feel like having, like keeping in your life, because you feel very negative. But keep a balance, don't ignore, and don't get involved in such a relationship if you feel that you are getting too much of negative vibes from them. But for your healing, for your healing of that wound, because that otherwise that memory, because our thoughts are memories, so that memory will keep on coming back again and again, with other relationships. And what happens is you are following this pattern. So this you will create in another relationship also. It's not that you are having a problem with your sister, so you are no, but then you are going to create this with other relationships also. So what you need to do is we have to heal. Okay, we have to remove that pattern from ourselves, from our minds. When you remove those patterns, so they do not get repeated, and you are healed completely from inside. So today, write down. I'm giving you time, more 2 minutes. Write down, recall, just close your eyes and recall which are the relationships who have hurt you, and just write down their names. Write down in your book, the names of the people who have hurt you. Maybe it could be your teacher, who said something to you, where you felt bad. Or it could be, you were respecting that person. It could be a colleague, who was helping you a lot. And then suddenly something happened, and you started having a sour relationship with that person. So
Hello,
you can,
Maria.
yes,
Is if the person should be alive or the person
no,
is
the
dead?
person can be dead also. Even if the
Okay.
person is dead, you can still write about that person, because there are still the memories of that person, right, in you.
Oh, yes, sure.
So, yes. So when I wrote about my husband also, because even I had so many memories. So I just kept on writing, gratefulness for him for all the good things. So first, you have to write the names of the people whom you really are not, having good relationship. Like I'd written for my bhabhi, I'd written for my sister, for my husband. So like I had written all these names first, and then we start working on them. And the reason to work on these relationships is because you have to clean yourself. See, you can, only get something in your life when you are completely clean from inside. So, whatever you are seeking in this world, like Dr. Hewlin, who is the Ho'oponopono practitioner, he says, whatever you're seeking in this world is already there inside you. It is already there inside. So when you start saying to yourself, yes, it is there in me and that is what I want, then it comes out and you are able to manifest. So for that, you need to clean, because you have lots and lots of past memories, some in the childhood, your teacher might have beat you with the ruler. So you have hatred towards that teacher, right? Or some of the children, when you were a small child, you're playing and that child hit you, so you had hatred for that child, right? There are some things, we remember very well of our childhood, where we have had negative situations, right? If you recall, you will remember that you don't remember much of good memories, but you remember your these things, which really have hit you, so they are already there at your subconscious mind. And that is why, hope no practice cleans you from this memories. It helps you to clean, because otherwise you are just, having a circle of the same pattern of emotions and memories every time you move into another relationship, because then you're creating the same thing with other person. So we should not create the same negative situations. That is why we have to do this cleansing. Have you written it? So then I can go ahead. Let me know when you finish. Take time, you'll take some time. Just remember. Maybe your own parents have, said some words like that, which are still there in your subconscious mind, which are hitting you every time. So there you have had a negative feeling towards them. So you can write their name, you can write about your parents, your in-laws, your husband, your wife, anything, like your wife might have told you something, or your colleagues, your boss, wherever you have worked, or wherever you were working, so your colleagues, said something, and then you had a fight, an argument with them, and then you were having very good relationship with that friend of yours, you know, but suddenly one day something happened, and then you'll have stopped talking.
Maria,
Yes.
should it be people who we are not talking now, or even people we are
No,
talking? We have.
if you are not talking now, so they are your SAR relations, right?
Mm.
You're not talking with them now, because you have stopped talking, because you feel every time you meet them, they speak some negative, or they have hurted you. So you don't feel like talking to them, right?
Okay.
So you can write about those relationships. How many names you're remembering? You just put down those names. There will be many, because when I had written, I had nearly 20 to 30 people, names which I had written. So I wrote 20 to 30 people's names, where like I was having a sour relationship, or someone had told me something and I had stopped talking with them. I didn't wanted to talk because it was hurting me every time when I, started talking with them. Like my own sister, like I had good relationships. I used to love having loving relationship, but the way she spoke to me, it had hurted me, and then we had stopped talking. So it could be your own sister, it could be your colleague, your boss. So write down the names. Write down the names. Mangal ma'am, we are writing down the names of the people who have, like, we are having a bad relationship or sour relationship. We are not having a very good relationship with them. We don't feel like talking to them, because at a point they
Yes.
have fought with us, or they have said something. So it could be your husband, your in-laws, your colleagues, your boss, you know. So where you have stopped talking with them, and or even if you're communicating, you're just communicating on the top level, you don't have that heart-to-heart relationships with them. So write down the names of those people with whom you are having sour relationship or troubled relationship, like very difficult to communicate. Uh, yes,
Hello.
Shabir. Yes, Shabir.
I have one point in the sense that there are certain characters whom we have never met
Okay.
in life.
Yeah.
But yes, they are definitely play a vital role in our daily lives.
Yeah.
Where, for example, you may come across him or her in newspapers, news channels, etc.
Hmm.
There are certain characters, the moment you read or even see that picture, your blood boils.
Hmm.
It brings
Hmm.
negativity in you. So
Yeah.
can we include those names also?
No, see, here we are talking about relationships, Here we are talking about relationships because relationships are very important. See, that those are impacts, right? Those memories are impacts on us, like you have seen on a news channel, he's speaking very rudely and you don't like, you hate that person. But here, you are having a circle of friends, you're having a circle of colleagues, your own children or parents or in-laws, where your in-laws also have spoken very rudely to you, and or have told something at a point of time where you felt bad. So after that, you have stopped talking to them, or you had a very good friend circle, and out of that, one friend said something, and you have stopped talking to that friend because he behaved very, he behaved in such a manner that you did not like it.
Okay, got it.
So that
So
is how,
basically, it has to be a person whom you have
yeah,
had a
yeah,
one-on-one relation at least some
yeah, you
point
are
or the other.
having relations with, yeah,
Okay, thanks.
yeah. So write down the names, like you might have your sister, you might have your colleagues, who said something and you stopped talking, they might have backbited against you to the boss and you have stopped talking and you do not like them or you don't feel like talking to them. It could be your own children, who have back answered and they have said something very negative which has hurted you and you don't feel like talking to them. It could be your friends, you know. Sometimes friends also speak very ill and then you don't feel like, talking to them. Or your boss, he said something and then you have a very, very bad relationship with him. So write down the names of those people or relations who you feel have, you don't feel like talking to them. You say you try to avoid them because since you had had some episode with them, now you don't feel like talking to them. Because see, our mentor also says that we should avoid people who have negative vibes, or even if they are own relations, and they are always talking more of negative and, they are trying to speak negative about everything. So he said it's okay if you, keep that relationship a little bit away, like you keep it balanced. You don't stop talking or, communicating with them, but you keep it balanced. Because there are some people, who are just talking about fear, even if their own relationship, they will just keep on talking only about fear. Arey, don't do this, this will happen. Arey, why are you doing this? So they are creating fear in us, you know. अरे नहीं मैंने ऐसा किया था तो ऐसा हो गया. So they keep on telling their stories, and they try to bring that thought process in our mind. So, right, you'll remember many people, today with whom you have had, it could be past, if they're alive, dead, they might have hurted you. It could be your own father, it could be your own mother, anyone, like who have hurted you. And, that relationship went sour. There are many, many relations, like we know, like where the sons are not talking to their fathers. Why? Because the father has been very strict and the father has been really very, rude and disciplined type, where he has literally, crushed that person's emotions. So that child or son is not talking, like the child is 35 years old, the son is 35 years old, but he's not communicating good, with his father. Why? Because he feels this negative thing. तो ही सेड कितना भी बात किया उनसे तो वही बोलने वाले हैं. So he has formed an image also, of that person or of his own father. So there are times, when our parents have done this with us, but then there could be your in-law, there could be your boss, colleagues, anyone whom you remember, any relationship where you feel, see, when you're working, you have relationship with your colleagues, you have relationship with your boss. If you're at home, you have a relationship with your parents, in-laws, your uncles, aunties. There could be your uncle, aunties, who have said, something, and that you don't feel like talking to that uncle or auntie. So there could be these type of relations. There could be friends, that you had a very nice circle of friends, and one day that friend just said something to you, and then you felt bad, and then you stop talking, communicating with that friend. So it could be anyone. Just write their names down. If you don't know their names, then you can just put, that person, and think of an image of that person, and whatever that image comes, now you write down that. Because today you're going to do cleansing of these memories, because deep inside our heart there are lots and lots of memories. We say, what happens? I want to ask one question. 1 minute. I want to ask one question. When you're sitting on a computer, okay, and you don't want anything, what do we do? Can anyone tell me? What do we do? We are sitting on the computer. I typed some document and now I don't want it. What do I do?
Delete it.
You delete it, right? You delete it, but when you delete it, right? Don't you think it's still there in the recycle bin?
Yeah.
Yes. So same way, our memories, even if you say that I have deleted, I have forgiven that person, but the memories are still there inside the subconscious mind, because a subconscious mind stores everything, everything. So the memories are still there, still there. Like how in computer, if you go to the recycle bin, or in the phone, if you go, you will see you still have those things which you have deleted. So same way our memories are there. Same way our memories are there in us. So we need to delete those memories, by today's practice. Because then you are completely healed from inside, and then you are clean and clear, to get new things. Because your past memories hold you, they pull you down again. Because see, I'll tell you with one example, like how I removed my fear of water. See, when I was small, um, my chappal fell down in the water when we had gone. We used to learn Punjabi. So there, I lost my chappal. We had gone for a picnic, and water was there, and I was trying to put my feet in the water, and my one chappal flew away, flew away in the water. It flew. So what happened, I got shoutings from my parents. When I came home, my mother shouted, not my father. My teacher to shouted, but my mother shouted a lot that you cannot take care of your things or what. And so I started getting fear of water also that time. So after that, I never went in water. And then when I grew up, and when I started working as a teacher, we went for picnic, and all the teachers were going in the water, and I was not ready to go. And I told them also, no, I have a fear of water. So they said, no, nothing is going to happen. They literally picked me up, four of them, and they had put me in the water. And then after that, I started, coming out of that, slowly, slowly, I came out of that fear of water. And see, today I love the water. So there are memories, because of that memories, you don't want to do that thing. Or, someone might have said a very rude compliment to you, or, something very that you're not good at it. So anytime you go to do that work, that memory of yours comes like that, and then you feel, oh yeah, I'm not good at it. I cannot do. So that things, which have been told, about the people, like my sister had said to Bat Mahane. So, that had hurted me a lot. And then, how I, healed myself by being grateful, and doing everything. So today, think about all those people, and people you have stopped talking with. Why? Because that relationships you felt, have hurted you, and now you don't want to talk with them. It could be anyone, anyone. So let's go further now. Bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. So these bad feelings, you really kill you, because you are catching a hot coal in your hand and you feel कि मैं इसको tit for tat करूंगी or करूंगा. But what happens is you are also burning your own hand. For example, if you have an ex-partner who is connected to you through your children, and the relationship isn't good. Look at your children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive. Here she's given an example, like if the parents have got divorced, and but the children are still there connected, So look at the children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't your ex-partner. So those children are there because your ex-partner was there with you. I mean, you had a good relationship at one time. So your children's life are one of the most precious gifts you have. See, very important point to remember. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at, see, that is why I said, even if your children are not good, even if they're not listening to you, your children's life are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day, as well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship. Through your example, you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life is gratitude. So here she's saying that even if you have got divorced, look at your children, and if you are being grateful for that relationship, you are going to be an example to them. At least be grateful for at least that he was there that time, and be grateful that at least till now he's parenting, their children. Even if the mother and father have got divorced, but he's still parenting the children. So that is the example she is giving. Or if you are suffering from a broken heart, sometimes a boyfriend ke saath mein breakup ho jata hai when you are young, or your children are going through this, you're suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship having ended, or you had a very good relationship with your best friend, and something happened and it got ended. So continuously, inside you, you're feeling, yaar, she was there, kitna maza aata tha. I used to do this. I used to plan things with her, and we used to share all our things. Now there is no one to share with me. So you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. So you are in pain. Okay. So you can use the gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Even if you're having current relationships, which are not working good, you can work on them also today. So gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that. So here she's sharing the story of her parents. Like, my mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. Okay. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other, and they had the most beautiful marriage I have ever seen. But when my father died, my mother understandably suffered from enormous grief. So her mother went into grief because she was having a very good partner. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power. And despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for the things to be grateful for. She began with the past, and she recalled all the wonderful times of happiness she had received through the decades with my father. So here, whenever we'll do this practice today, we are going to think of all the good past things which have happened, and then even the present. Then she took the next big step, and she looked for the things to be grateful for in the future. One by one, she found them. See here what she's saying. One by one, she found them. Okay. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do, but didn't have time to do. So see, she found. Everywhere you can see this word, one by one, she found them. See, I'm reading this again. Then she took the next big step, and she looked for the things to be grateful for in the future. Okay, so she found some. Today you have to think now what I can be grateful for. One by one, she found them. She found or remembered the things she had always wanted to do, but didn't have the time to do when my father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities to fulfill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich and happiness again. The magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life. So she's giving an example. When relationships end, if there is a grief of a partner, when a partner goes, to another heaven, like, so what happens is that time you feel grief, you feel in pain. Or even if you have, your father has expired, your mother has expired, you do feel that pain, right? But in that also, she found what are the good things, what she can be grateful for. And then, she looked for the things which she couldn't do that time. And then she started doing that things, and she brought again the richness and the happiness in her life. And remember, if any one partner also goes away, your life does not end there, right? Even if I lost my elder daughter, then I lost my husband, but that does not mean that my life has ended, right? So you have to be very, what do you say, positive about what is there next in the future. Look at the current thing, what you are having, So look at the current things and, start looking for what you can do for those people. For today's magical practice, you are going to look for a hot coal that is burning your life, okay? And literally turn it into gold through gratitude. So you're going to find, go deep inside, who has hurted me a lot, like who has, why I have stopped talking to my uncle. Why? Because he had told me like that. Why I have stopped talking to my cousin brother. Why? Because he had told me this. And so think about them, and then I'll tell you what we need to do. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. So today you're going to take one, okay? And then every day you have to take one. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it's a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. So it could happen, you have divorced or anything. So if that person is there in their life or has, gone to another world, sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you have chosen. So here again, what are you doing is by being grateful. So when you start writing, thank you, Didi. Like I wrote about my sister. Thank you, Didi, for the time we spent together. Thank you, we went to Gurdwara together. Thank you, we remembered all our past memories. Thank you, you had bought sweets for me. So when I had written, I had written that. So I start looking. You have to start looking for the good things in that person. And that way you will, remove all your memories. Think back through the history of the relationship and list, maybe if it was your friend and he was very good to you. He did many things for you, He helped you through your career or he helped you through your relationship. He spoke great word at one time, you were having a very good relationship with that friend. But now that relationship has gone sour, or it could be your mother-in-law, or it could be your sister-in-law, anyone. So think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person. Think great things. Kya acha tha? What was the good in that person? Or the great things you received from the relationship. Because of that relationship, what happened? What did you learn when they was there? When your friend was very good to you, what was the good thing he said to you? So look at that things. The easiest way to do is to think back to the way things were before the relationship deteriorated or ended. So you have to think, all those things you spend with your friend, we went out, we used to have gup shop at night, we used to have a coffee at night, before I was not married also, my that friend was very good and we used to go and enjoy. So all that things you remember about that friend and be grateful for those times, where he had really given you something, you received something from that person. So if the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person, because they are there, right? So in any person, if even if you have not had a good relationship, it could be a father. Sometimes we don't have good relationship with our father or with our mother or with our mother-in-law, father-in-law, you know, or any of a child, like he has grown, he has moved out, and we don't have a good relationship. Yes, then you feel that, I'm not remembering any good times with that person, because there were some few people who had stepfathers, and who said that we don't have any good memories. But still, they were told that you find something good qualities about that person. Find good qualities about that person and just be grateful that you are very good at this. You're very good looking, you had a very beautiful eyes, or your smile was very good, all these things also. These are the good qualities. So you can write in this way. Then this magical practice is not about who is right or wrong, no matter what you feel. So here you don't have to look, that he was right or wrong. उसने ऐसे किया था करके मैंने वैसे बोला, because he spoke rudely to me. That is why I gave him back or gave her back. No, you don't have to think about anything, what was right, what was wrong, whether you were right or she were right. You don't have to think only. You don't have to go into the thinking matter. No matter what you feel someone has done to you. So even if they have done too much wrong with you, too much wrong, No matter what someone said or didn't do, you might have asked for help and they didn't do. You can magically heal the relationship and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. So, here, see, this is a very good practice. You don't have to go and tell sorry to that person. You don't go and have to meet that person. You don't have to go and say anything to that person, but you are healing that relationship. And I'm telling you, if you do this practice sincerely from your heart by feeling it, yes, Didi, I'm very sorry. I'm very grateful that you had come to my place and we spent those good times. I'm grateful that we went and had lunch together. I relish those moments. So when you are being grateful that time through your heart, I'm telling you, you'll see miracles. My sister had that evening she had messaged me. Okay. So that is how, you will see that miracles happening. Those people will start calling you. You will feel, that the moment you will take one person, do that practice, next day you will take that one person and, do that practice, third day you will see for all those whom you have done these practices, they will come back in they will start communicating with you on their own because you have cleared your energy. Remember, we are energy and the front person is also energy. So here you have cleared your negative energy. You have removed those emotions. Like how I said, Dr. Yulan, he says that memories, even if you delete it from the computer, it remains in the recycle bin. Same way, memories remain inside us in a subconscious mind. They are always pulling us down. They are always catching us down. Okay. So those memories, when we remove it, we become zero. And when we become zero, we are able to manifest and, get more things in our life. So there is gold in every relationship. See, she's saying there is gold in every relationship, but we need to see that, right? We don't see that. So I know sometimes my daughter is very argumentative, and she does not listen to me, but I still say, that there is always something, in her which pulls me towards her, and she's a very good decision maker. And then, she manages things well and she speaks very maturely. So I look into all those things where she's very good. So even the difficult ones, and to bring riches to all your relationships and your life, you have to find the gold. So today we are going to find gold in all our relationships. As you dig and discover the nugget of gold, write it down. Address the person by name and express your sentence in gratitude. For example, name, I am grateful for what? So I'll write, Rani Didi, I'm very grateful for you, for coming and staying with me. Rani Didi, I'm very grateful that you were there along with me when we had our food. So whatever, good things happen, where you had a sour relationship with your daughter, with your in-laws, with your boss, even if it is your boss and you are not having a good relationship with your boss, you can do this because this first practice was that you are flourishing the relationship which you are having currently. Means you're doing blessings and gratitude and you're not taking people for granted, your own relationships, like we had taken three photographs, if you remember. And if you have done that practice, we had taken three photographs, and we had done those practices. So those were to, have flourish and, to bless them. We are not taking those relationships for granted. Now, today we are working on the relationship which we are going to heal. We are healing our relationships, with the relationship which has got sub, because we need to have a complete balance in our life. So this book is really structured so well. Now I'm telling you, that is why I swear by this book, because and when you read on your own, now you don't realize it, but when you're doing in such session, you realize how important this book and each chapter is, and the way she has scientifically structured the book, where we are moving into one thing to another. First, we did the gratefulness, we collected the gratitude. Now we are doing the healing, and then we are moving to the manifesting. So here you have to write, express your sentence in the gratitude, like you write the name of the person, like Raj, I'm grateful for what you have, you have been in my life, or Rajesh, I'm grateful for what you have done, with being there, or Shabir, you were very, very, very nice person when you were there with me. So that is what you need to write. Paul, I'm grateful for our time together. See, this she's giving the examples. Paul, I'm grateful for our time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot. See, she's talking about her personal. It takes courage. I'm really telling you, it takes courage to, even bring these relationships back into your life. It's not an easy job. So, Paul, I'm grateful for our time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot. So, I'm so much wiser today, and I use what I learned from our marriage in the in many of my relationships today. So she's saying, I learned many things from you when we were together, and that is what I'm using in my other relationships today. Paul, I'm grateful for everything you did and tried to make our marriage work, because 10 years of marriage means you did try. Okay, so she ended her marriage of 10 years. Paul, I'm grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. So she's grateful that she had children through him. I'm grateful to you for the hard work and the long hours you put in to support our family while I was at home taking care of our children. It was a big responsibility to have all of us dependent on you. So thank you. So she became thank you for all the smallest things. Okay. Then I am grateful to you for the precious moments I had with our children as they grew up. I got to see our children talk and walk for the first time. And I know you didn't have that opportunity because he was working, he did not get that opportunity. So, Paul, I'm grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. So maybe she might have lost her parents or something, and he was there with her. So, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the times when I was sick and you did your best to take care of me and the children. So, see, there are so many smallest things, that your husbands might have done for you or your wife might have done for you. But we are always looking for the things which once we might have told and they did not do it for us, right? So, Paul, I'm grateful for the great times we had, and we did have many. Paul, I'm grateful that you want to continue to be a father to our children. Paul, I'm grateful. So, see, he's still fathering her children. He's still there. Though they have separated, he's still there. Paul, I'm grateful for your support and the time you want to give to our children. I know they mean as much to you as they do to me. So at least he's supporting the children. So she's being thankful for that. So even if she's not having a good relationship with him, she's being thankful for what he's being good. By the time you have finished your gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. Try this today. When you'll start writing for one person, at the end of the 10 things what you have written about that person, you'll start feeling so nice, so nice. You like, wow, aise lagega, as if you have dropped some baggage from yourself. You know, you'll feel very light. You'll feel very light at the end. So today, whatever the list you're making, take person at a time, one person at a time. Today you do only one, tomorrow you do one, day after you do one. Suppose day after tomorrow, oh, tomorrow was Sunday, I couldn't do. I went out with my family. Next day you do it. Okay? But do it. The ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings toward that person anymore. Because it is your life that is harmed by those feelings. Remember, nothing is affecting them. Sorry. They have done their part. They have said something and they have moved away, right? Or they have hurted you and they have moved away. But nothing is affecting them now. The whole problem is happening is with you and your feelings. Okay, so you are harming your life because it is your life that is harmed by those feelings. Because every time your memory is coming back, you are having those thoughts, and every time you remember, you go down. Sorry. Every time you remember, you go down. Every time you remember that feeling, that person said that to me, you're going down. So every relationship is different. 1 minute. Every relationship is different, and if need to be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over several days until you reach the point where you don't have any bad feelings towards the person anymore. So that is why she's saying do it for several days. Means keep on doing, with each person every day, so that you stop having those bad feelings, in yourself about that person. Because here you are hurting and harming yourself. Remember, any feelings or anyone who has hurt you, you have stopped talking to any of your cousin brother or cousin sister because they had said something, it is all now hurting you inside. Those memories are still there. So when you start working on this type of practices and you do on your relationship, you will see that you will start feeling very light, and slowly you will notice, you will see this. I guarantee you that you will see this miracles happening, that those people are coming back in your life. They will automatically on their own come back in your life. They will come and say, I want to talk to you. They will phone you, or they'll call back, they'll send some message. So it will all be because you have done your practices, you have done your cleansing. So this cleansing is very important. So if you're using gratitude's magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. So even if it is your current relationship, you're not having good relationship with your husband, for example, I'm just giving you an example. So if you're not having a good relationship with your husband and you have started writing about him, you will see the change in your own environment. Okay, you will see how good that relationship has become. If you're not having a good relationship with your children or with your boss, start doing that, and you will see the change in your relationships. It only takes one person to magically change the relationship through gratitude. So here, it is only you who is being grateful. See, the other person has said and gone, the other person has hurt you, but that person is not there in front of you. But what you are doing is you are just healing, and automatically you are cleansing your negative energy, and then that person will start coming towards you, bringing positive energy. So take that one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses gratitude who receives the benefits in their whole life. So the benefits of this practice is going to be throughout your life, because anything which is still sitting in your memory, you have removed it. Whether that person comes back in your life, now see, dead persons cannot come back, right? But we are being still thankful for them. But you have erased all that memories. You have erased all those feelings, which have hurted you, which was sitting like, bad. What you say, there are, and what happens when you keep all these memories for a longer time? All the diseases, let it be cancer, let it be any disease, BP, diabetes, all the bigger disease, because these memory cells are there in you, and you have suppressed them, and that is why you are going into those diseases. So diseases come through these suppressed, energies and memories. So that is why they say, remove your feelings, talk to someone, talk to someone. Why do they say that? Talk to someone. Because when you talk to someone, you are, pouring out and you're coming out of it. If you keep for a longer time, and you have suppressed yourself for a longer time, you go into some disease. And even the research has said now for cancer, that the people who have been for a longer stress, and are taking stress for a longer time are going into, cancer, who receives the benefits in their own life. So if you choose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you. So even if it was a past relationship, हो सकता है आपका बॉयफ्रेंड हो पहले, राइट? हो सकता है आपका शादी के पहले बॉयफ्रेंड हो. You can do for that relationship also. Okay, so you can choose a past relationship, or you can be your uncle or auntie with whom you're not speaking, right? Because they might have said something, or you might have had an argument with them, and they have stopped talking. So if you choose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you, and at the same time you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. Okay, so if the person is far and you're not in contact, you will feel this thing, and in the current relationship you will see that they are improving. So you can do for your current relationship also, which is not working good. If you're not having good relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you can do that, right? If you're having a sour relationship with your friend circle, in your friend circle, if some friend might have hurt, or if there is a boss currently in your office, who's very troublesome, you can do this and improve your relationship. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this magical practice immediately. See, she is giving us one important tip here also, that even in the future, see, suppose currently your relationships are very good. You say, no, ma'am, I am very happy with everyone. I have very good relationships with everyone. But in future, if anytime this type of, you go into a sour relationship with anyone, it will be a daughter, son, husband, wife, in-laws, anyone. If a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use Remember to use this magical practice immediately, and you will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger. And instead, you will increase the magic in the relationship. So try with your husbands, try with your wives, try with your in-laws. This practices before, and remember this tip that if anytime your relationship goes sour, or if there is any problem in anyone's life, you can ask them to do this practice, and you will see that the relationship has changed. So we come magic practice number 15. Today we are on the 15th day practice. Magically heal your relationships. Count your blessing. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you are grateful and reread your list by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Then choose one difficult or problematic or broken relationship that you want to improve. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about that person you have chosen. Write it down in the following way. Name of that person, like Paul, I'm grateful for what, right? Or Rajesh, I'm grateful for what. So you have to write the name first, okay, of the person. Now, if you don't know your name, or if your mother-in-law is mummy, you can say mummy. If your father-in-law is father, you can say father. If your mother is your mummy, you can write mummy, okay? And if your boss, you know his name, you can write boss. If you don't know your boss name, you can just write boss. So just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. So tomorrow we have again another chapter in health, magic and miracles in health. And that is why we are going to do tomorrow for opener practice also. So now tell me any questions with today's practice, or anything you want to share which has happened good in your life.
I want to share, Mary.
Yes, Mangal ma'am.
Yesterday I created a magical day and the things happen according to that. I have two meetings which was very uneventful. My blood reports is to come today, so I already my blood reports are normal and all are normal. So it was really great for me.
Wow,
Thank
amazing.
you.
Wow, amazing, amazing,
Thank
amazing.
you. Yeah.
Great. Everyone should bless and say wow that time. So you increase your manifestation. Yes, Tasneem ma'am, say.
No, nothing. I don't have to speak something.
Okay, even I created a magical day yesterday. Okay, I had written that I want to go and meet the superintendent police, okay, of Pune for the magic sessions. So day before yesterday, I had rung him up, and he had given me the time, and I had a superb meeting with him yesterday evening. And also I went and I spoke to him that I want to conduct a session for the police force and all, and he agreed, and he said, yes, give me a letter. And so that was the magical day for me. And also I went and have Mossambi juice on my own, standing all alone, after a long time. And third thing was the books which I was looking for, I got that also at ABC Chowk. So I was really, very happy yesterday.
Wow.
The smallest things, what I plan and I get. So this is how you start manifesting when you do
Wow.
practices very sincerely. So share your, share your what you have got wow moments also. Even if you had a one cup of tea, yesterday with some friend or something, share your wow moment that you enjoyed that moment, so that you are increasing those type of moments more in your life when you share it. My son has just come and he's saying, yes, my breakfast with my mom. We are going just now for breakfast. So he's saying from inside, he's hearing. So this is how you create moments. So any else, chaps, any sharings? Any questions relating to today's practice? How we need to do this practice, so it's clear?
It's clear, Maria.
Clear.
Thank you.
Okay. So try to do these practices today. Do only with one person, where you are having a problematic relationship, but keep your list ready with you. Tomorrow again, you can do another person, do another person, and you don't have to look into the writing, how you're writing. It could be very dirty writing also. I have to write very fast, because 108, when we write in the morning, it becomes difficult to finish. So I write very fast. So you can write fast, it's not, but your feelings should come that you're really being thankful, for that person, for all the good things. So you just have to focus on the good things. And I'm going to tell you, you are going to earn so many things through these practices, so many things, so many things. Okay. So we end this practice today, right? Anything else? Nothing. If then we end the practice. Okay, chalo. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining and being there. God bless you with your dreams and give you all that you require. Thanks for everyone for spending this time, this 1 hour for yourself and having great learning. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend,
Same
everyone.
to you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.